Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another story time video. I have not done a story time video in quite a long time just because I don't really have that many stories to tell, but I figured this one, it has happened quite a few times where I feel like it kind of deserves its own story time. So as you can tell by the title, this is going to be kind of a story time about my reoccurring nightmare that I've been having pretty much for the last maybe year, ever since I got my license kind of thing. So as you can tell, since I got my license, it is going to be a nightmare that I have about driving. So for those of you who don't know a whole lot about me, one of my biggest fears in life is driving a vehicle. I don't know what it is. I've just never liked the idea of driving. I've never been in an accident. I've never been involved in an accident of any way, you know, nothing like that. Just for some reason, just the thought of driving and being in control of a vehicle on the road with other vehicles just really kind of freaks me out. I never liked it. I did take driver's training when I was 15 in high school. I never got my permit. I never really took driving very seriously after driver's training. It's just something that never interests me. So every time I needed to go somewhere, I would either hitch a ride with somebody or I would walk. That I would much rather prefer walking somewhere than driving. Like, that's how much driving scares me. I honestly couldn't tell you why driving scares me so much. It just does, it always has. Almost exactly 2 years ago, at the age of 23, I finally bit the bullet and I took my driving test and I passed, and I'm officially a licensed driver and I do have my own car now. I do drive myself places. I drive myself to work. I drive to the grocery store. But other than that, I really don't do a whole lot of driving just because it's something I prefer not to do. It's just how I've always been. You know, driving's just not my thing. I think one of my biggest fears with driving is I'm always very afraid that something is going to happen with the car while I'm on the highway. Like, if I'm going 70 down the highway and my car just stalls, that absolutely terrifies me. Another thing that scares me is if someone else isn't paying attention and they hit me. That's a really big fear, because even though I'm scared of driving, I'm a very defensive driver. I am always constantly checking my mirrors. I'm constantly checking my speed. I'm constantly looking at my surroundings, making sure that, you know, I'm not riding too close to anybody or no one's riding too close to me. So I'm very, very aware. Even though I'm very scared, I'm very in the zone on what I'm doing. I'm making sure that I'm paying attention. I try not to let my fear get to me too much. If I do start to have kind of a little bit of a freak out, I will either pull off to the side of the road somewhere, or I will go park somewhere, or I just kind of tell myself, you know, you're fine, just take it easy, go the speed limit, pay attention, everything will be okay. So those are kind of my biggest fears with driving. Another thing is hitting ice or rain or loose gravel and losing control of the vehicle, because sometimes that can happen. Even if you're going the speed limit or under, you know, scary things like that can happen. So basically, this nightmare kind of started soon after I got my driver's license. I'm sure there's a much deeper rooted cause as to why I'm having these nightmares and why they freak me out so much. But sometimes when I go to sleep at night, I'm a very big dreamer. I usually always dream every time I sleep. And I also do grind my teeth at night. I do suffer from TMJ, if you don't know what that is. It's a really big word. You can look it up, but I do have TMJ. So I do grind my teeth at night, and I do have to wear a mouth guard at night. Some nights I do forget, but I can always tell whenever I have this nightmare. I wake up the next day with extreme jaw pain and a headache from hell. That's how I know I've had this specific nightmare, because I remember it vividly every single time that I have it, and I always grind my teeth 10 times as hard as I ever do with any other dream. Usually every single night I will have some sort of dream, whether it be a good dream, a bad dream, but this specific one has always stuck with me, and it's always kind of freaked me out. And in the dream, it's very weird. I'm not drunk. I'm not under the influence of drugs or alcohol or anything like that, but in the dream, I'm in my car, and I'm going down either a highway or a back road or downtown somewhere, and I'm driving, everything's going fine, and out of nowhere, in my dream, I will lose control of the vehicle. I have no steering. It doesn't matter how hard I grab the wheel. It doesn't matter how much I spin it or anything like that. I have no control of my steering. I have no control of my speed. I'm going like really, really fast. I have no brakes. I can't push the accelerator. I'm literally just like going like this down the road, and I'm like crashing into little things, like hitting mailboxes or hitting like dog houses or hitting like people's sheds. Like it's really bizarre, but it's like I'm driving and I have no control, and it is the scariest thing, and I can't ever wake myself up out of it. It's just kind of like that reoccurring dream and nightmare that I have. And of course it's a nightmare to me because that's like one of my biggest fears, is driving and not having control of the vehicle. Even though in my head I want to have control of the vehicle, but my car just will not let me have control. And that's literally the whole dream. And of course with dreaming, when you have a dream, dreams only last like maybe 5 to 10 minutes, but when you're actually dreaming, they feel like they're going on for hours. So literally for me, it feels like I'm going through this road, not being able to get control of my vehicle for hours, and I'm freaking out, I'm crying, and I can't like it's weird because I'm buckled in and I'm going like this, but I can't move my head, I can't move my neck. And it's usually dark. That's another thing about driving, is I will not drive at night and I have pretty good vision, but for some reason when it comes to driving at night, I cannot do it. Like it just freaks me out because I can't see, and then when I have headlights coming this way, I have a hard time seeing the road. So I just don't ever drive at night. But just so happens with this reoccurring nightmare that I have, it's always at night. It's never during the day, and I just have absolute no control of the vehicle, and I'm crashing into things. I don't ever get into like a full-blown crash with another vehicle. It's just me not gaining control, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what this means. I don't like know how to analyze dreams very well, so maybe some of you out there can kind of help me out, but I think that means like in real life, I feel like I don't have full control of my life like I want, so that kind of goes into my dreams. You know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. But like, you know how usually when they say whatever you think about before you go to bed, you usually have a dream kind of surrounding that? It just so happens that it has to involve driving, and every time when I wake up and I have that dream or that nightmare, and I know I have to drive somewhere, I freak the F out, because I'm like, oh my God, what if this dream becomes reality? And I know a lot of you asked me, how did I get over my fear of driving? How do I drive? Honestly, I have not gotten over my fear of driving. I just do it because I have to. It's part of life. Like I live on my own, so when I need groceries, it's either I walk, 25 miles to the grocery store, or I drive there. So it's basically one of those things where you just kind of have to do it, and I just kind of have to just talk myself down, calm myself down before I start driving. But I definitely haven't gotten over my fear of driving. I don't think I ever will. I know I am getting better with time and practice. Like the more I drive, the better I'm getting at it, but there's still just that deep-rooted like fear of something bad happening, or anything like that. Like I'm literally so scared of driving. I hate pumping my own gas. Like if my car needs gas, I will have someone go with me so they can help me do it, or sometimes I just have to do it myself. Like there is literally one gas station I have ever used in my life of having a vehicle, and I will not use another gas station because I'm so afraid that every gas station is different that I won't know how to do it. So the gas station that I learned how to pump gas on, that's the only gas station I go to. I don't go to another one. Like if I have to pump gas, I only go to that one. No excuses. I can't. I'm so afraid to pump my own gas because I'm so afraid, like, oh my God, what if it explodes? What if like gas leaks all over? What if I embarrass myself? What if I don't know what I'm doing? Like, do I swipe my card first? Do I put the pump in first? Like, what do I do? Like, I even have anxiety when it comes to pumping gas. Like, even going to a car wash, I get anxiety. Like, just anything that surrounds cars freaks me out. But another weird thing is I love cars. Like I love going to car shows. I love sports cars. I love looking at Firebirds and Camaros and Roadrunners and like all these cool exotic looking cars. I love them. But when it comes to me getting in that driver's seat, honey, that ain't happening. If any of you out there have a fear of driving as well, give this video a huge thumbs up, and for the rest of you, don't forget to go down and leave a comment, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. I do have other story times here on my channel. I do have an entire playlist of those. But other than that, that is all that I have for you guys today. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Again, thumbs up, subscribe. I love you guys, but until then, I will see you very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye!